Hi there. Today we're diving deep into the heart-pounding world of action crime movies on Netflix. Prepare for high-stakes heists, relentless chases, and characters whose morality blurs the line between right and wrong. We're unearthing the hidden gems and gripping tales that'll make your heart race and your mind race even faster. Fifth on our list is Paradise Beach with a rating of 4.6 on IMDb. Set against the backdrop of the beautiful Phuket in southern Thailand, there's this group of former robbers who've managed to find peace as traitors and really embraced their new lives. Life's been good until something totally unexpected happens. Mehdi, one of the gang members who got caught and ended up in jail for 15 years after a messed up robbery, suddenly shows up again. And he's not there to catch up over coffee. This French crime drama takes you into the lives of these guys who used to be part of this bold heist. But their past catches up with them when Mehdi reappears, demanding his fair share of the loot they all stole together. What's interesting is that Mehdi quietly served his time behind bars, believing his buddies would keep their promise of keeping quiet too. The story kicks off with that disastrous robbery that landed Mehdi in prison for a decade and a half. Now that he's free, he's all about getting what's rightfully his from that robbery. The thing is, his return shakes up the peaceful life the group had built and maintained over the years, and suddenly, chaos breaks out. It's a story of honor, loyalty, and how past mistakes can come back to haunt you. Fourth on our list is Pickpocket with a rating of 5.4 on IMDb. In the lively streets of Bogota, where two young and eager wannabe thieves are about to get a lesson in the fine art of pickpocketing. You know, that crafty skill of swiping things without anyone even noticing. Well, this Netflix original film straight from Colombia brings us into their world. So we've got these two teens just scraping by as small-time crooks, trying to make ends meet, and then, boom, they meet Chucho. He's like a veteran thief played by Carlos Bardem, who's seen it all. Chucho takes these kids under his wing, becoming their master of trickery and deception. He shows them how to steal in the fanciest way possible, like ninjas, without raising a single eyebrow. Now, what makes this movie super cool is that it's got that classic con artist vibe to it. You know, like those old school stories where there's a mentor and a student? Well, that's what's happening here, and it all goes down against the backdrop of Bogotá's gritty streets. As the teens learn the ropes, they level up and start targeting rich folks during fancy orchestra shows. But, as you can guess, things get pretty intense. They quickly realize that beneath the glitz and glam, danger lurks in the shadows of the city. It's a roller coaster ride of thrills, tricks, and some nail-biting moments. Third on our list is Extreme with a rating of 5.8 on IMDb. Alright, here's the scoop. Lucero is actually the child of someone pretty high up in this group called the Spanish Crime Syndicate, or the Conclave. This gang is made up of folks from Spain, Colombia, and Russia, all working together, kind of like a crime club. But of course, they've got some strict rules. One of the biggest rules is that everyone has to chip in with money to keep things smooth. So, Lucero gets this job. His task is to meet up with the Colombian crew and hand over a whopping $500,000 to their leader. But instead of money, he does something pretty crazy. He presents the leader with the severed head of his own son. Chaos and violence erupted after that. Lucero, along with his sidekick Maximo, goes on a rampage, taking down the Colombians and regaining control. But Lucero's not satisfied with just that. He's got grand plans. He knocks off his own dad to take over as the big boss. And then he sets his sights on his adopted sister Maria and Maximo, his trusty assassin. But hold up, things take a turn. Maria manages to escape Lucero's grasp. And then, Lucero hires another assassin, Finito, who goes after Maximo and his son. He thinks he's taken them out for good. But guess what? 2 years later, Maximo comes back, fueled by vengeance and burning, with a desire for payback. Second on our list is Sky High with a rating of 6.3 on IMDb. Alright, picture this. It's 2019, and we're in Madrid, right outside the capital. There's this guy named Angel, and he's living in this makeshift camp because things are tough. During the day, he's a mechanic. But when night falls, he's out with his buddies Poli, Motos, and Gitano, pulling off some pretty slick thefts from jewelry stores. They're like experts in getting what they want and disappearing before the police can even react. Now, at a club one night, Angel meets Estrella, who turns out to be Poli's girlfriend. He also reconnects with Sole, an old classmate. Angel's juggling a lot. He's trying to win Estrella's heart and keep up with his life of crime. But guess what? The fun doesn't last forever. Angel gets caught and ends up in jail. And that's where things really start to change. He meets Mercedes, this lawyer who's a bit on the shady side. She's used to dealing with guys like him. Oh, and there's this relentless cop, Duke, who's on his tail. Then things take a twist. Angel connects with Rogelio, a wealthy businessman who's actually the brains behind all their heists. Money becomes the goal, so Angel cuts ties with Poli and teams up with Rogelio. And guess what? Rogelio happens to be Soli's dad. Talk about complicated. But wait, there's more. Amid all this craziness, Angel's still holding on to a relationship with Estrella. So, you've got all these relationships and alliances mixing together in this wild web of drama. It's like a real-life puzzle, where Angel's trying to figure out who to trust and how to get what he wants. First on our list is Lost Bullet with a rating of 6.3 on IMDb. Meet Lino. He's a seasoned thief and ex-con who's got a knack for creating fast getaway cars, especially for crimes down in the sunny south of France. Now, Lino tries his luck with a store heist, but things go south. He gets nabbed, thrown behind bars, and ends up getting a pretty interesting offer from Detective Charis. Charis gives him a sort of day pass deal to help the drug squad, so Lino goes from crook to crime-fighting car engineer, helping the cops build cars for chasing down drug runners. But hold on, things take a turn. Charis ends up getting killed, and guess who's behind it? The shady cop Areski, that's who. But that's not all. Lino's thrown under the bus and framed for the murder. Obviously, he's not too thrilled about that, so he busts out of jail. And that's when the whole roller coaster starts. Turns out Charis had some serious evidence hidden away in his old car that could expose Areski's dirty deeds. Lino's got this brother, or maybe adopted brother, Quentin, who's wrapped up in the drug scene. He's got the car and the secrets. Then there's Julia, this cop with a personal connection to Lino, and she's all in to uncover the truth. But it's not smooth sailing. Areski's out to cover his tracks, so he starts taking out anyone who knows anything. This leads to some intense confrontations. Lino takes a car and loads it up for battle, going up against Areski's corrupt police squad. It's a showdown that ends with Areski on the run, and Lino injured, but finally cleared of the crime. Julia's there to comfort him, while Areski's family is left to pick up the pieces. And that concludes our adrenaline-fueled journey through the gripping world of action crime movies on Netflix. If your heart's racing and you're hungry for more pulse-pounding stories, don't forget to hit that like button below. And hey, if you haven't already, why not subscribe to stay in the loop for more heart-stopping content? For more thrilling investigations and intense movie experiences like this, make sure to swing by my channel. Until next time, keep those senses sharp and the excitement alive.